Alright, hello, it's Demon coming back for part 2 of Vermeer. So we have reached the Salarian camp. We've learned this is Saren's main base of operations here in the Traverse. Well, not Traverse, Terminus systems, damn it. Basically what we learned is we can't escape through the Normandy, nobody can escape, so we basically are going to have to try to calm down Rex as the Captain Kirihari is able to come up with some type of plan to attack this base. So again, we basically have discussed everything with everybody. We've gotten side missions for both Rex and Garrus, so now we're going to continue this mission out.
This isn't right, Shepard. If there's a cure for the genophage, we can't destroy it.
I understand you're upset, but we both know Saren's the enemy here. He's the one you should be angry with.
Really? Saren created a cure for my people. You want to destroy it. Help me out here, Shepard. The lines between friend and foe are getting a little blurry from where I stand.
This isn't a cure, it's a weapon, and if Saren is allowed to use it, you won't be around to reap the benefits. None of us will.
That's a chance we should be willing to take. This is the fate of my entire people we're talking about. If you can't give me a better reason than this to destroy the hopes of my people, then I'm done with you.
I can't let you jeopardize the mission.
So that's it. All this time, and that's all I get from you. How can you not see what this means to the Krogan? This base can't be destroyed. I won't allow it.
Alright, so basically at this stage, both of us have our guns aimed at each other. One option is I can continue down, theoretically, the good Paragon line, but it will end up getting Rex killed anyway. You could signal Ashley to kill Rex, in which case Rex will be surprised for a second, and then he gets killed. You can say calm down, you keep trying to talk to him, but eventually Ashley just comes over and does it anyway. You can say we can work this out, it's neutral, again he'll end up getting killed, or you can just do it yourself. Now if you don't have the points developed into the Paragon and the Renegade statuses, basically what will end up is he gets killed no matter what you do out of 4 of the 6 choices. The other 2 sits there and says don't be naive, which is, it's a bad choice, but I think it keeps him alive because you're basically telling him, I can't believe you're going to be this naive, you can't believe in this is stupid. And then this other one says, these aren't your people, this is the best option you can get.
These Krogan are slaves of Saren, puppets, tools to be used and discarded. Is that what you want for your people?
No, we were tools for the Council once. Thank us for wiping out the Rachni, they neutered us all. I doubt Saren will be as generous. All right, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this, but I trust you enough to follow your lead. Just one thing. When we find Saren, I want his head.
Alright, so that is the best ending you could possibly get in this situation, where Rex survives. Now, when it comes to Mass Effect 2, some of the decisions like this do play an impact. So, if Rex dies here, you don't see him in Mass Effect 2. When we get to Mass Effect 2 at some point, I don't know if it'll be the next recording or not, I'll probably discuss a little bit about like the impacts you can make in the game, because at least from my knowledge of what I know, because everything you do in this game does play an important role in the Mass Effect 2 and 3. It changes outcomes, it leads to some people maybe not dying, other people dying, it just depends on the situation.
I'm surprised you were able...
Your ability to calm the Krogan is impressive.
So as you sit there and see here, this is where a decryption skill too low. I'm unable to hack this because I lack the ability to decrypt. Now if you're an engineer or something, I forget what all the different stats or the different ones you could be, you actually can decrypt this yourself. I'm unable to with my skill level because I don't have one. So it kind of sucks. I wish that was one thing they didn't have into the game, but what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do. It's just the way they got it set up.
Nice work with Rex.
It won't be an easy fight, but we're ready when you are.
Normally I wouldn't think much of Salarians in a firefight. These soldiers seem well trained.
The upcoming battle frightens me, but I know Saren must be stopped.
This Commander Rentola is actually their
Greetings,
quartermaster here.
I am Commander Rentola. I can provide you with supplies for the upcoming mission. For anything else, I suggest you speak with Captain Kirihari.
Let me see what you have.
What little there is.
Now again, he does have a little bit of stuff you can use, one being the access to more licenses. Some of them again aren't that valuable, but the more you get, the better your guy's going to be. We can also compare our armors to this one. The 10 really isn't much of a difference except for the fact that shields are the same, but I can upgrade. They're still going to be upgraded. Damage protection goes up, and tech biotic protection goes up, so it's actually useful to get. So I'm actually going to get it for myself, because I actually do want it. The other thing is it may give me options to upgrade maybe a third slot, so that also comes in handy as well. So we can actually sit there and see now. Duel's 10, add my upgrades to it. No, it's only one slot, that's the only thing that sucks with it. So, it does add a little bit of extra protection in the form of others, instead of just the shields, but that's why you put a lot of the shield upgrades into these, because the more shields you got, the better chance you have of living.
Thank you for speaking with the Krogan. The assault on Saren's base will be difficult enough as it is.
So now we're going to go ahead and begin the assault. It's a bit of a speech we're going to have to listen to, but some people actually like enjoying this speech, so let's just get into this.
I assume that means you've come up with a plan.
Of sorts, we can convert our ship's drive system into a 20-kiloton ordnance. Crude, but effective.
Nice. Drop that nuke from orbit, and Saren can kiss his Turian ass goodbye.
Unfortunately, the facility is too well fortified for that. We'll need to place the bomb at a precise location.
Where do we take the nuke? And how do we get there?
The bomb must be taken to the far side of the facility. Your ship can drop it off, but we'll need to infiltrate the base, disable the AA guns, and pacify any ground forces first.
You want us to go in on foot? We don't have enough men.
It does sound a bit risky. Is there no other way?
No, but I think we can work around that. I'm going to divide my men into 3 teams and hit the front of the facility. While we've got their attention, you can sneak your shadow team in the back.
It's a good idea, but your people are going to get slaughtered.
We're tougher than we look, Commander. But it's true. I don't expect many of us will make it out alive. And that makes what I'm going to ask even more difficult. I need one of your men to accompany me, to help coordinate the teams.
We'll need someone who knows Alliance communication protocols.
I volunteer, Commander.
Not so fast, LT. Commander Shepard will need you to arm the nuke. I'll go with the Solarians.
With all due respect, Gunnery Chief, it's not your place to decide.
Why is it that whenever someone says, with all due respect, they really mean kiss my ass?
Yeah, that sounds about right. We can't ask him who do you need.
Who would be better suited to the mission?
Either of these 2 will do, Commander. Both seem willing to sacrifice their lives if necessary, though if we are lucky, such sacrifices won't be required.
So basically what ends up happening is you have a decision. You can either let Caden go with him, in which case if he goes with him he'll help him out and fight, but you lose access to him as a squad mate. If you let him take Ashley, same thing in reverse. However, it does play an impact on the scenario you're going to see later on. I'll describe it a little bit better, but I'm going to go ahead and let him take Caden, because I like the cutscene I get more than the one if I have to go and get the nuke. Because we're going to go ahead, as I sit there and say, they always make the decision between take Caden or Ashley. I'm kind of giving up a little bit of a spoiler saying that I have to help one of them, so that's just the idea.
Alenko, you're with the captain. Keep it simple. Understood?
Aye, aye, Commander.
I will have the ordnance loaded onto the Normandy and brief your crew on its detonation sequencing. Do you have any questions before we go, Commander?
So what we can do is we can go Solarian exit plan, other teams, recap the mission. Basically what the Solarian exit plan is, we arm it and we run like hell. That's their only exit plan.
I'm ready when you are, Captain.
Excellent. Then if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare my men.
Well, this is it. Don't do anything foolish while I'm gone, Ash. And that goes for you too, Commander.
We'll be fine, LT.
Yeah, good luck.
Is there something you wanted to say, Caden?
It's just weird going under someone else's command. I've got so used to working with you. All of you.
Don't worry so much. We'll see you on the other side.
I know, I just wanted to say that it's been an honor serving with you, Commander.
It doesn't matter if we're not in the same unit. We are still a team. Watch each other's backs, keep your eyes open, and fight like I know you can. We'll all come out of this in one piece.
You bet, Commander.
You all know the mission and what is at stake. I have come to trust each of you with my life, but I have also heard murmurs of discontent. I share your concerns. We are trained for espionage. We would be legends, but the records are sealed. Glory in battle is not our way. Think of our heroes. The silent step who defeated a nation with a single shot. Or the ever alert who kept armies at bay with hidden facts. These giants do not seem to give us solace here, but they are not all that we are. Before the network, there was the fleet. Before diplomacy, there were soldiers. Our influence stopped the Rachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will hold the line. Good luck, Commander. I hope we will meet again.
I always found it really strange whenever you sit there and see him walking there. It's just, it doesn't look that natural. It looks like he's sliding, and then the way he turns around. I wish they could have done a bit more to make it a little bit more smoother, but I get they had to work with what they had at the time. Because it just looks awkward as hell.
Comm check. Do you read me, Commander?
Loud and clear.
Good. We'll start our push. We'll try to make it to the AA guns, but it might be up to you to finish the job. And Commander, if you see any way to undermine their defenses, we could definitely use the help.
Alright, so we haven't been doing too many in the squad points, mainly because there's not too many levels I can really gain in this anymore, so what we'll do is get the pistol upgraded, and first aid, we'll do that, that'll be a nice one. Williams probably has the same thing, she has a couple things I can upgrade, but saying this, we'll go ahead and do pistol and shotgun, and then Garrus needs a full increase. So damping will be up. Actually, I haven't figured out. Yeah, that's right. So we'll give him access to it, and then what we'll end up doing is this, in increasing his electronics. I don't know if I'm going to keep using him after this. Small chance I could, but I do want to use him at least for this mission. And we'll try to get him up for medium armor. There we go. Then we'll get him a little bit more into assault. And we'll end up finishing it with damping. There we go. So now Garrus actually is able to use better equipment. So let's go down to him. Let's see what kind of weapons we can get him. Somewhat decent weapons. We'll go ahead and give him the crossfire. He does have a lot of the old upgrades still attached, so that's good. He can go ahead and get, I think I had another one of these available, 320. I'll save that for Rex. So we'll give him that. We'll keep the pistol in reserve for somebody else to use. We will give him that. Sniper rifle, I want him to actually have a pretty decent one. Oh, he's already got the good one, good. And then we gotta look for armor for him. Now, this one's pretty good, so we'll go for the Scorpion and we'll see if there's any others available. Doesn't seem like it, so that's the only bad thing. In comparison to Mass Effect 2 and 3, this is the only one that actually does do a lot of the armor. Mass Effect 2 and 3, really, it's just your character's armor, and there's only like a couple like different modifiers they actually put into it. They don't actually go too in depth with it. I will give him some upgrades for his shields. That way he can actually withstand a hit. Will come in handy later. All right, so now we got to begin the assault.
Shadow is on the ground.
You guys did hear there are ways for us to help the Solarians out. It's kind of indirectly helping them, but it does play an impact. So if I just... Nah, I can't shoot that out. You remember there being one that I can, though. So we'll go up here, and you guys can pretty much see where it'll play an impact. So, triangulation tower, I can disrupt it. So Geth communications have been disrupted.
That's it.
And pretty soon it should come up with a thing for it. I'll just get rid of these. It's usually once you disable something or you destroy something, what ends up happening is you will hear it over the communications. for the Solarians, where they'll talk about it. So I don't know how much casualty-wise what it'll
Something's
do.
grounded. They're targeting.
Yeah, there
Got
we
a
go.
shot. Lieutenant Alenko, take the heat off Manavai.
As you sit there and say something scrambled what they could do. So yeah, playing actually doing these does play a little bit of an impact. I don't know if disabling everything does or not. I don't know how many lives it saves on the grand scheme of things. I don't think we want to go this way though. I'll see. So remember there being 2 ways to go around this. There we go, that's where I want. I understand I have horrible accuracy, but I'm using an assault rifle.
They're calling sat strikes.
The goal is to
Theodore,
spray and
watch for
pray.
ground stations. Alenko, can you see anything?
So that'll do. Satellite uplink will be disrupted. So the artillery strikes and stuff they were calling from orbital strikes are now gone. So both sides of that is destroyed. Good. So again, I don't know if not destroying them does anything. I know when I originally played this, I only disabled one thing, and I think that was the triangulation and commuter.
perimeter stations to recharge. Bunker up before they come back.
And I think it was the communications are the ones I disrupted, and then I never knew about the orbital strike or the orbital strike one, and then there's a third one we're about to do as well. Because it just requires you to run around and actually pay the hell attention. Alright, should be right up here. And I think this is the final one that really plays an overall impact. Go ahead and do shield boost real quick. Get flyers are all gone. Now I think, if I remember right, I should be able to... Can I not do that? Yeah, I can. Okay, so that'll be 1. Put that on 5. 2 is that. All useful stuff. Alright, good. Now, if I switch guns, does this game know it?
All clear.
It does. Wow, that's actually pretty good. I thought maybe I had to do that automatically. I never really do quick slots too much because I never really bother paying attention to it, but I'll go ahead and put it up there just in case. You never know. So, let's see. The next point we gotta go to is up here. Should be more enemies. Now you kind of can see that little bit of glitch where it looks like I'm shooting into water. And do that real quick. And that. Probably should just click it, but old habits die hard. Ah. Hi, bitch. Hi, bitch. But as you guys sat there and say, the air threat has not materialized. That's to help with Shadow. Again, it does play a little bit of an impact in how this plays out. And, ooh. Reduce you, and I'll keep the other ones. Now, what has... No, I actually do need the pistol, so we'll keep the pistol. And we'll try to get rid of the rest of these. Shield interface I'll keep because I can upgrade my stuff with that. Scram ram, we'll get rid of that too. Alright. So, is that Mantis armor better than what I have now? Yes it is, so we're going to go for it. So we're going to activate that onto us. I can give that armor to somebody else. What else did I have? Oh yeah, shield upgrade. So this should be shield interface 10. And then what's this? Exoskeleton 8. Don't have a 9. Alright, that's good. You always want to try to look for the better armor. If there's anything that improves shields even a little bit, I have upgrades that kind of play an impact into it, but you want to keep looking for better stuff. If you can get access to it, you'll do a lot better job in this game.
Shadow team must be getting close. Hold the line, men. Hold the line.
Also, always be careful using so much of your Omni Gel, because it's the only way to repair your Makos, and if you don't have enough, it actually can hurt you. I forget how much it takes to repair them in case you play this game on a harder difficulty than I am, because when you're in a fight scene, you do have to repair it.
We've got access to base security. Should be able to cut the alarms from here. Might even be able to trigger alarms on the far side of the base. It'll clear the guards out for us, but they might be too much for Lieutenant Alenko and the Solarians to handle.
Just disable the alarms. We can handle any guards inside.
Yeah, you can do that. It will end up, I think, causing more casualties for them, so I usually don't do it. It's not that hard to kill most of these guards. They're pretty weak. Because you can sit there and see some of them are called the Indoctrinated. Basically what ended up happening is those who called the Indoctrinated are Solarians that were captured by the, by Saren. Our level up, nice.
Captain Curie said something.
Aha, you mattered nothing.
Negative contacts, Commander.
Now, if I remember right, I do remember when I used to play this game, I kept thinking there was like, different things Saren had picked up on for, like, you could pick up knowledge on Solarians, Asari, things like that, but I guess it doesn't exist. I thought I saw it in, I thought I seen it in on 360, but it seems like it doesn't exist anymore.
Don't want them to bunker up. Draw them out.
Okay. So if we come down here, basically find out that there are Solarians still captured, so you can save these guys if you want to.
Well, you're not a Gath, and you're not wearing a lab coat. I guess I'm glad to see you. Lieutenant Gonto Imnes of the 3rd Infiltration Regiment, captured during recon. I assume the fleet was called in to destroy the base?
The transmission wasn't clear. The fleet's not coming.
I see. Then you must be the infiltration team. I know the captain. He will want this facility destroyed. My team was altered, indoctrinated. He knew about the breeding grounds. But the indoctrination is a greater threat, and far more horrifying. I watched good people reduced to mindless husks. There wasn't anything left. Others died during the experiments. I envy them.
Do you know anything about the experiments they were conducting?
They were studying indoctrination. Symptoms, progress. Saren uses it to control his people, but I don't think he fully understands it. I don't know much else. I just saw what it did to the others. Turned them into empty husks. I can't end up like that, please. Let me out.
I'm opening your cell, but then you're on your own.
Don't look back and hope to outrun the blast, A better chance than I had before you showed up. Thank you, humans. And good luck. You'll need it.
Alright.
No threat here, Commander. This is horrible.
Why did Saren do this? There's just no reason.
Open the doors. Give them a chance to outrun the blast.
You sure, Commander? Just leave them wandering? Can't stand the thought of being like that. I'd want to be put out of my misery.
Let them out. They won't hurt us.
If that's what you want, Commander. I just hate leaving them like this.
It calls, and I must follow it. It is, and I am only what it wants me to be.
Yeah, I do see where they come from, where Ashley sits and says, I'll just kill them because it saves them. I would do it if I knew it wouldn't cost me renegade it would give me renegade points. That's the problem. Personally, I would kill them. I would hate to be like that. It's like finding out, like, you have this horrible disease, and doctor's like, oh yeah, if you only got this long to live, but we'll keep you alive for as long as possible. So it's just like, let me live my life. Let me relax. Screw you. Unless it's gonna cure what I have, I'm gonna go and just do what I want to do. So, as we saw, the first guy that we rescued and talked to, he was still pretty sane. It didn't seem like there was too much indoctrination on him. Because indoctrination in this game actually is pretty early still, so you don't see too much of it. But I think it's I think it should be, it's not this guy, but it should be one of them.
You want?
Him.
I told you everything. Who are you? Alliance, right? I knew someone would come. It tried to break me, but it couldn't. I shut it out.
Slow down. I need to know where you came from.
Private Nano Savat of the 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG, man. Captured while on reconnaissance 6 days ago. Glad to answer, man. Never any questions from these bastards. Just whispers and poking and cutting. I'd have said anything to get out and get some payback. That's not too much to ask, is it? A little payback?
What did they do to you, soldier?
Experiments, but I don't know what for. The effect of incessant whispering on my shortening temper? Who knows? I just need out.
Something's not right here, Commander.
Setting him free could endanger the mission.
No. No! I need to get out. This room is too small and it keeps talking, and I really want to get out of here and get some work done. I need to get out. Let me out.
I can't take that chance.
Can't take that chance. No chance. I need to do what it says. I have to. Let me out. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
Now, you can see it from that perspective that I didn't let this guy out because he was a little bit more crazy compared to the first guy. Now, you can let him out. The only problem is the moment you do, everybody else gets out of their cells and they immediately start attacking you. So, compared to the first group we found, the first guy in the one cell, perfectly fine, he was normal. He seemed like he might have been suffering from like some minor indoctrination, but nothing too serious. It was, and then the second group, they were just pretty much just like walking around like brainless husks. There's nothing really they can do in that fact. But the third batch is the ones where everybody pretty much is lost their minds. The indoctrination is starting to take control, and what ends up happening is if you open that door, they all start attacking you. My opinion, I'm not dealing with it. I don't want to sit there and have to kill all those guys. It's easier to do it that way, because what ends up happening is, I don't know if they make the assumption the guy hits the door so hard it knocks him out, or if he dies from it, I don't know. Somebody's saying, oh, you should just let him out, kill him. It's just like, if I don't have to kill him, it makes my life that much easier. It's less work for me to deal with. But I kind of like the idea that they came up with, because this doesn't give you too much of an explanation onto indoctrination in this game just yet. You don't really see that until almost Mass Effect 2 and 3, but I do kind of like dealing with it. It's kind of fun seeing the early stages of it. Because it means BioWare actually had somewhat of an idea of how they wanted it to progress. It's just, it doesn't even come close to what it actually becomes into, though. And this is a fun part, too. So, where is he at? I know you're there. Where you at? There's my friend. And bam. Really? You're both dead. Now what's gonna end up happening is all these guys are actually going to get out. That's why I'm kind of keeping my distance over here, that way I can kill them all. Let's see, they should have Geth fleet report, that's something we want. Armstrong Nebula. So we can't pursue that to sit there and see where it goes. It does make mention of the Armstrong Nebula, so we could probably go there to see what goes on. I'll have to make a final decision once we complete the other more important missions I think that I want to do. If I decide to do it, it'll probably be a separate mission or a separate episode all on its own, depending on how long it is.
Perimeter secure.
Don't shoot! Please, I just want to get out of here before it's too late.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Who are you?
Ranna Thanoptis, neurospecialist. But this job isn't worth dying over, or worse. You think the indoctrination only affects prisoners? Sooner or later, Saren will want to dissect my brain too.
I thought this was a breeding facility.
Not this level. We're studying Sovereign's effect on organic minds. At least that's what I assumed. Saren kept us in the dark as much as possible.
You helped him, and you don't even know why?
I didn't have the option of negotiating. This position is a little more permanent than I had expected. But I can help you. This elevator behind me goes to Saren's private lab. I can get you in. See? Full access. All of Saren's private files. Are we good? Can I go?
What were you studying here?
It's that ship, Sovereign. It emits some kind of signal. Undetectable, but it's there. I've seen the effects. Saren uses it to influence his followers, to control them. It's called indoctrination. Direct exposure to the signal turns you into a mindless slave, like the Salarian test subjects. But there's collateral damage, too.
What do you mean by collateral damage?
Sovereign's signal is too strong. Spend too much time near the ship and you feel it, like a tingle at the back of the skull. It's like a whisper you can't quite hear. You're compelled to do things, but you don't know why. You just obey. Eventually, you just stop thinking for yourself. It happens to everyone at the facility. My first test subject was the man I replaced. Now I just want to get out of here before it happens to me.
Why is Saren researching this? Isn't he the one controlling it?
The signal comes from the ship. It makes us obey Saren, but I don't think he controls it. Not exactly. I think he's scared it might be affecting him. Indoctrination is subtle. By the time the effects become noticeable, it's usually too late.
Tell me more about this signal.
Signal's not exactly the right word. There's some kind of energy field emanating from the ship. It changes thought patterns. Over time, days, maybe a week, it weakens your will. You become easier to manipulate and control, but it's a degenerative condition. There's a balance between control and usefulness. The less freedom a subject maintains, the less capable it becomes.
I'm gonna blow this place to hell and gone. If you want to make it out alive, you better start running.
What? You can't. But I'll never. Ah!
I enjoyed that.